My greeting to my Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Ngozi Arabeze, and also my greetings to my President Mazen Nneka, and also my greetings to my Simon Ibanjoko. I greet all the well-meaning Biafrans and all the fellow Biafrans. From my location, good morning to you all, and I salute you. On a quick one, less than 1 hour, we're going to be here. We want to educate one buffoon, one idiot, a woman that ignorance is disturbing, a criminal called Nneka, Chimezie. I am here to educate you, to address you properly. You start with lies, and these lies are going to destroy you. You see these lies and this your propaganda you are run by DOS. All of you are a failure. And you failed because you started with lies and propaganda. Because none of you, I check all the medias in Nigeria, cannot even educate people on what is government in exile. You don't even know the meaning. And you are ranting, child, you are making a social media. You find a mic, and you don't understand common simple of you cannot ask a question before you talk. You cannot research. Child, this becomes a problem that happens in our life. This is what Nigeria did to all of you. You don't know what is mean of common government in exile. That did not start today. That started in the middle of Second World War II. That the world introduced a government in exile. Well, a criminal must always become a criminal. Now that Mazen Nneka has debunked all your lies through their lawyer, the only way you find relevant, you think you can clean the shame, is coming out to talk about government in exile being declared, not even by government in exile of the USB. We are no longer government in exile, if you don't know. One, because after declaration, we have sent a message to the world that we are a sovereign state that are seeking for recognition. The same criteria where the world pledged country like Northern Cyprus, Kosovo, is where they place people of Biafra right now. Go and check the history. And once talk about USB, the country they will refer you example of them is this country I'm mentioning today. And there are countries in their own. Because of moron, because of your ignorance, because of your illiteracy, your bro was on social media, or doesn't mean that you know anything. After you have listened to your IPOB, the criminals, those that destroyed Igbo land, do you know who's talking to you? I am talking to you because I'm inside of IPOB before I left. IPOB is a political pledge of one Nigeria. And that is what international law calls them, because any people who are agitating for a new country without making a declaration, whether by government in exile or in the homeland, they are mere political pressure party. They are not. And because of none of you know how we are going to get this Biafra we are seeking for, now that we have achieved it, it's going to be a film like all of. And I am happy that you have showcased your face, really, because since you are doing your shenanigan parade, going to Southeast talking, I'm waiting for you at this point. And I am happy that you have arrived to prove how you become enemy and how your illiteracy is smelling everywhere around you. Imagine after debunking your lies, your propaganda, a way you think you can make money. IPOB has lobbied you to come. IPOB has lobbied you to come. To come and do what? To come and carry their propaganda out. You go nowhere. You go nowhere, madam, with this your propaganda charade and all the things that you're doing. Mazen Nneka, the only what the lawyers said about you, proving that you are a criminal. You plan to kidnap Biafrans. That is why you told them, oh, if you are coming to, this is a number you will call. You have reached an agreement. Lolo, Nneka, Chimezie, You have reached an agreement with the Fulanese. How you want to kidnap Biafrans who happens to be Igbos or those who want to go and visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? I want to ask you, do you know the history of India? Do you know that a woman like you was the one who declared India 1907? Do you know that? Do you know that a woman declares Brazil? Do you know that Israel, that a woman declared Israel 1822? You know that when Israel was being declared in a government in exile 1948, do you know it's by a woman like you? Because of you don't know the road and you start making on social media. My message to you is that the ignorance is not in the eyes of the law. That is my message to you, and warning you to stay away from name Otongozo Arabeze, because this name will destroy you. If the world are watching you, if the UN watches what you say, oh, so these people are still myopic, they are still living in bondage at this 21st century, and you claim in social media. That is how all Nigerian social media cannot face reality, because the reality is being on the book. Lolo, Nneka, Chimezie, please research, ask of what is the meaning of government in exile. Ask of what is the meaning of government in exile, and ask on your question, what is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu starting for? For Biafra as a country. For what? For Biafra as a country. That is what Mazi Simon Ekpa, that is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for. He's not fighting for a political party or political pressure party like IPOB organization. He's not. And when you come out and tell us that we know all of you, go and check in a letter he sent to IPOB and tell them that nobody should insult Simon Ekpa. He did not clean anybody's name, because all the evidences and all the atrocities happening in Nigeria was being collected by Chinasa Nworu, IPOB. When they captured Ejima said that who is giving them order to attack police and killing people is who? Chinasa Nworu. Yeah, Chinasa, who sent you? Ask them. Go and check. If not for the Congo Arabese, what people have experienced in the Southeast is not what you believe. It's her that was the one who made Southeast to become, because she come inside. I said, we are seeking for Biafra through diplomatic dialogue and what? Through legal means of going to UN and every other country that are going to give Biafra, going to recognize us as a country officially. That's what she is doing. So my direct message to you is that you don't even know what is the meaning of government in exile. And you don't know when the law said that after declaration, they are proving that they are legitimate government of the people, whether in exile or anywhere they are. You don't know about it. Let me address you by the garbage you bring out before I'll play the last thing I want to give to you. Criminal. Social media ị na-achụkwado onwe gị ajụjụ before pụta. I have 1 minute. 1 minute, my people. Please, as you join me, please. I want us to like this program and share this program, please. Share the program. We are not going to just 30 minutes or 45 minutes is okay for this program. Why not? What is happening now?
And I'm more kind of it. Look. most of you podcast one time acquire iPod. I get more than I they don't push a channel iPod. iPod when it is by any statement on this protest anime. But can you do you know what there? You didn't your stupidity, no show me. I think the time I told you I don't mind because what I know now, don't mind and you don't mind, they don't make noise. My own, but I had me now, but don't make a statement. When I never went, I'm there to carry out controversy or a Prime Minister, the Afghan government in exile.
Number one, I thank you for accepting that she's not a she's acting prime minister, not a prime minister. She is acting prime minister, deputy prime minister of people of United States of Biafra. Is number one thing I want to create from to you. That is who she is. A deputy prime minister is who she is, not a prime minister. She is not Ogenkere. So they address her as what? The acting prime minister on behalf of Simon Ekpanjoko and the Mazen Nneka. That is why she's the one acting for now, until two of them or until they organize Biafra and set Mazen Nneka out. I thank God you're not saying. Number one, only clean right here. Number one, because IPOB was the one that tagged terrorists, not because of the activities of IPOB before Simon Eba and Ngozi Orabeze emerged. IPOB has tagged terrorists. There is no Simon Ekpanjoko. There is no Ngozi Orabeze. That is number two.
Because Simon Nnamdi Kanu Nanga today won't broadcast Simon Ekpa. Most of
you are a liar. You are a criminal. You are a rogue. That is who you are. That hatred that IPOB introduced you to come at this stage before Mazen Kanu was arrested before Simon Ekpanjoko take over. Do you know that? And he was in detention. The first one Nigeria arrested him, his first arrest, is it by Simon Ekpanjoko that caused it? I'm asking you. The first arrest of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, is it because of Uche Mefo? When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was incarcerated, what happened? Uche Mefo take over as deputy then. I was among men that Uche Mefo lead out to go and protest in Mpo. I was among men who protest for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu when he was in detention. In the first time, when Uche Mefo take over the movement. Is it Simon Ekpa? Is it Ngozi Orabeze was there? How could that is why Simon Ekpa come distance himself from IPOB organization? He distanced himself. And any name any of us are being calling today, any name any of us are being answering today was because of the damages of Chinasa Nworu. DOS. They are the problem. Because they turn it, the killings, all the kidnapping happens is because of who? Who are those doing it? Is being caused by Chinasa Nworu, the DOS. They are the one that masterminded the killings that happened in Biafra. They are the one that destroyed because before Simon Ekpa emerged, they have leveled IPOB, what? Terrorist group. The action of Master Simon Ekpa, he took over, moreover, 2002, when did you and your service governors labeled IPOB terrorists? When? Is the Simon available that time? Simon Ekpa and the Ngozi Orabeze was the one who even trying to clear the name of them. You don't know. You see this your hatred, you see this job that IPOB is sent to come and do. You go and check those who challenge Simon Ekpa. All of them fell. All of them are underground today. You and your IPOB is underground. Ask yourself, idiotic woman, ask yourself, how did the Nelson Mandela comes out from prison? And who made this happen? It's a woman like you, 1963. Nneka, a woman like you made it possible for South Africa apartheid regime. A woman like you that made it for Nelson Mandela and his deputy who was inside to be released. A woman like you lead a movement of Congo. A woman like you lead a movement of Namibia to become a country. Go and check. You buffoon. Ignorance is the eyes of the law. This is 21st century. Everything about this government in exile is in digital. Go and research before you talk. Check all the things of IPOB. I was on ground. When Nigerian government tag, when Southeast governors tag IPOB terrorists, I don't know who Simon Ekpanjoko. I never knew. I don't know who's going to represent. I never knew. The only thing they did that they are coming clear, they are the one, not you at all, because all the evidence is there when they captured Ejima, there is a lot of them that was being captured. What happened is they proved that your China Sanworu, your DOS was the one sponsoring them. Your DOS was the one sponsoring them. That name IPOB organization of a man of all these criminals we are mentioning here, that DOS, their activities is what leads to what? To tag them what? Terrorists. They did not tag someone about terrorists with the government in exile. They did not. Because of the government in exile. None of any world power tagged them what? Terrorists. But they tag that IPOB with the activities minus Simon Eba, they tag them what? Terrorists.
Castigan. Un kaino. Akwaya IPOP. Makemono bebe Ghana Honam de Carlo.
Let me tell you this thing. Nobody, no, the Biafra movement have distanced themselves from IPOB. IPOB, the word called them what? Political pressure. Any organization that is claiming that they are fighting for a country, one, you will understand the criteria to achieve what we are fighting for. IPOB has no criteria to approve what they are fighting for. They want to, you, like the way you come to use Mazin and the can to make money. To use them of Mazin to make money, and now you was being debunked, and they find out that you have lied with all your lies. And we are, now that you have said all these lies and the word are washing, and they put you in disgrace. That is why you come out with the name goes to the government in exile. That is the only way you will lay your hand. The government in exile was not declared terrorist, but IPOB organization was being declared as what? Terrorist. I mentioned name as of who is Ejima. When police arrested him in Imo, they asked him, who sent you to be doing all these evil things and destroying the South? He said it's China Sanworu. 2 or 3 of them. It is a high time people that will start publishing those videos of men of China Sanworu proving that they are the one that are causing problem in the Southeast. That is why the governors declared them terrorists. Simon Ekpa took over from 2002. In that 2002, let me ask you, in that 2022, did IPOB have then not able, the world has already called them what? Terrorists. Upon handing in the terrorists the world na after Simon after goes to base. That is why we must distance ourselves from those being tagged terrorists. And that is why we are government in exile. That is why we are now United of Biafra. After declaration, you become a sovereignty that are seeking recognition.
They don't push a channel IPOP. IPOP put any statement in this protest anime.
Yes, it is a right of a government of the citizens. Use that name in Lolo, Nneka, Chimezie. Use the name normally. United States of Biafra government in exile. Use it properly, the way it is. They have the right because they are the legitimate power. They are the government of the people. The international approves them. That way they are present accredit themselves, proving that they are what? They are the real government after the declaration of the United States of Biafra. So they are not giving order in the name of IPOB. A government of his citizens, once something is going on, must come and issue a warning or order to the people on the ground to carry out. It's a matter of how many of you are not up to 15%. The same thing that you are doing today is what a bishop, Anglican bishop, did in 1776 when America was fighting for their freedom. Go and check history before you come out and talk. Before you come out to issue any word. Lolo, Nneka, Chimezie. Go and check history of countries that have used government in exile to secure their territory. Ethiopia in 1963 to 1941 was in exile government. Algeria 1954 to 1962 government in exile. Angola 1975 government in exile. They all was outside. So for you to know that we in Africa, we are not the first people that introduce government in exile. People has gone through that way. You know about Angola, 1975, Algeria, 1954 to 1962, Ethiopia, 1963 to 1941, Guinea-Bissau, 1973 to 1974, Guinea-Bissau, Mozambique, 1975, their government in exile, Namibia, 1990, go and check. You go and check of Zimbabwe, 1980. Go and check of Eritrea, 1993 of yesterday. Fools, criminals everywhere. But let me tell you one thing I want you to know. Coming against Godarabaeze will do you more harm than good. And this movement you have taken, you have destroyed reputation. Before, I was one of those that are respecting you so much. But when I see that they have brought you over, you see that money that IPOB are making, that the government has started using you to come outside, and the IPOB has started giving you that money. That money will destroy you. The chain will be on top of you. What we are doing today was exactly what people of America did when they gathered together, come against those that declared America as a country. Over 574 was against the declaration of America as a country. And that is the category where you fall today. When America was being declared 1776, exactly what we are doing today was what they are what one of the elite, by example, the Anglican bishop who addressed people and condemned the declaration and tagged them names. So coming back to you, I want to tell you that your ignorance is not an excuse in the eyes of the law. This your stupidity, this your mental madness, this money that have give you will destroy you. Ask of those who have created money. That is why I mention countries that use government in exile to set their people free. So our own, because of the morons like buffoons like you, that is where we are. That is why the government can be able to deal with our people. A government in exile must, after declaration, has power to give order to those in the homeland to carry this out. That is proven that there is a government. IPOB did not tag terrorists. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was answering a case, a terrorist that was charged on him before 2022. That is the terrorist he's answering. And that is the case. That is why they said that the law they used to judge him was no longer in existence. Fool. The Nigerian government is proving and give validation to Simon Ekpa that's not under his activity. They said that their present law they used to judge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not existing law. Is it not true? IPOB except to collect money from Nigeria as politics are coming. That is what you belong to. The issue of having a new country of government in exile or those that are in a new country is no longer in the secret this time around. That is why I refer you to those that have achieved their own and what they did that is in the document. Type of why did a woman declare India as a country? 1907. Ask of it. Your envy, your jealousness, your hatred has come to destroy you. You call yourself Lolo, Nneka, Chimezie. We are telling you that you are a disgrace to humanity. You are disgraced to the international community that you have a page or a channel that you always come outside to talk. You did not clear anybody's name because in the tagging of the IPOB organization, a terrorist by Nigerian government, was Simon Ekpa was still even then a one Nigeria. Simon Ekpa was only the man who fought for this man from Enugu State that was in prison in UK today. He was the one that fought Premado when he went to go and eat yam in Germany. Is this Simon who traveled from Finland to meet him? He's the only person who lay a statement against IPOB action. A fool like you. People like you, that is why all of you go with Southeast governors to hijack and start killing people.
I mean, he is your secret. He knows your way. I think Kitana Tobia do mania because what the lemon
they do nothing. They don't know the road to have to achieve a new country. They don't know how to achieve Biafra. Nothing.
Manono Potahane me here now no Potono make a statement. Where now won't buy again followers.
Now, okay, like again, no name of Ramazan kind of braggy. Bagnon buy now, but before I'll be near on your chief, I will take go see what 1 million or be book no flight. Now flight in airline in choose. You book that taxi or maybe your pogo. You try to make ego ega help with it. Because after you said it, the lawyers went. Imagine you, a criminal like you, chasing away the lawyers and want to take over. Because want to make money. Because our people see every avenue as an opportunity to make money. That is what you come to do. That is exactly what you come to do. Lolo. Nneka, Chimezie. Because of the lawyers has come outside to debunk you, because our DPM send you a direct message that you should stop. That's your shenanigan. That is why you come outside today. IPOB has asked you to come outside. Go and ask those who find. Are you up to Nelly Ofebu? Who are you?
If you don't know now, make a statement. Support all in your name, which is good. Man, another statement, you could direct to the area. So I have stop protest.
Yes. That is, you are an idiot. When India was fighting, a woman who declares India as a country was in Germany. And he gave people on the ground order to do protests. Our own cannot be different except people like you that never knew the road to achieve a new country. So Simon Ekpa was the one that made it to be happening. That is why when he come, Mazda Kanu said that all Biafra must follow him. That he has come to bring the new dimension. The new dimension is the declaration of the United of Biafra as a country. Go ask him, did he say that Simon Ekpa has come to bring a new dimension? Mazda Kanu was the Old Testament. Simon was the New Testament.
All right. I won't give it won't chairman in the main market. It won't chairman in the main. He gave me, we can add your voice to those on a Kuriku.
Guinea is not adding the voice. The adding the voice is an opportunity to expose Nigeria more for Biafra to gain their grounds.
Not give directive. Let him hear now, game. In a directive never to stop. Very soon now.
In anything I name, even common answers in Nigeria. Boys 1 million boys in Lagos, they all come outside. And people like you are the one that will go at back to encourage the criminals to carry gun. You, people like you. And that is what the DOS is after doing. When Simon Ekpa was there doing his own peacefully, they started attacking him. They started to destroy Biafra land. Biafra was being destroyed by IPOB organization. They are who destroyed Biafra land. That is why many of us run away from Biafra land. When I run away from Biafra, Simon is not there. The activities of the ESN under you and you are China Sanworu them. You are the one that destroyed Alibu. And all of you are there when they tag them terrorists. Which year did Simon Ekpa emerge? And which year did they tag IPOB, a terrorist group? Okay?
Hardware. Bidobawa. before I money him one I got government in exile. IPOP kaga what all that
because the name IPOP is a disgrace. The name IPOP being known as a criminal gang. They being known as a terrorist in the world. The world will see the IPOB are talking about the only pride or the achievement is that in the world index they said IPOB is one of the deadliest agitation group. That their problem will be solved by Nigeria. Why our problem is that we want a country. That is why you see those men agitating. That is why you see those men agitating, shouting for Biafra. Biafra, that is what they want, Biafra. And that Biafra is being declared. Now Biafra has had a government. The government started in exile, like when Algeria, like when Ethiopia, like when Angola, like when Guinea-Bissau, like when Mozambique, when Namibia, Zambia, and Eritrea. These are in Africa in this 21st century, and those that in this earlier stage that got their country through a government in exile.
It is 10 no IPOP here and there.
IPOP was being stemmed from day one. Even IPOP is staying in because at least of IPOP is what sent Simon Ekpanjok. You don't know that? Because before he become, IPOP has become what? Has tagged a terrorist group by the Nigerian government. IPOP, before Simon, IPOP has been there as what? As a terrorist group by the Nigerian government. By the Southeast governors. Not Simon Ekpa. And when IPOP were attacked Ekwemadu, Simon was only the man who issued statement, condemned the attack on Ekwemadu. They come after him. They come after Simon. So you are IPOP and you are the criminal that destroyed Alibo.
It's a Biafran government in exile. No, na exile. Me organized government na exile. No government na exile. Then any order na southeast.
You are that is where you are.
A lot of people want na southeast.
That is why you are. That is why you don't know about it.
Protest. Sit at home Monday. All Simon Ekpa, we only can saw for 14 days. Only can saw 1 week.
Yes, because it is a right of a people through even a policeman in Nigeria and Anambra has proved it otherwise that it is a right of people to choose to stay at home. And Simon calling for stay at home is for people to be alive. And why people like you are joining hands with the Nigerian government and Southeast governors to kill those who want to stay at home. Shut up. Otu akosi weda mgbe India na eme nke ha. Otu akosi weda mgbe Namibia na fight their own. Otu akosi weda in after the regime of South Africa 1963 also. Otu akosi weda mgbe Algeria na fight their own 1954. Otu akosi ada ebe obara na azo country. Otu akosi ada. And in Kono na adi na all of you are saboteur. In terms of the movie, that is why Biafra is being delayed up to now. And because of the IPOB organization don't know the road to have a Biafra as a country. Are they free? There is a price to pay for freedom, for you to have a new country. That is why when you have it, all those things will go in the history line. That is why the people of that new country will come to value their country. That is how it happens. Check history before you talk. Use that to gadgets, use that to your laptop, use that to your phone to search about how can people have a new country. Start from there first. And you will see all the criteria. That is what Simon Ekpa give out to us. He is one that brings out the criteria for us to have a new country. For us to get our country back.
Investigation go say na Simon Ekpa for your leader. Are they a member of IPOP?
Yes, so Simon are not supposed to be a member of IPOP, the terrorist group, because IPOP has already tagged a terrorist before Simon Ekpa emerged. What is IPOP? A political pressure group of one Nigeria. Everybody is an indigenous person in his territory. Everybody, it is an indigenous person in his own territory. That is why we want you to know that this noise, that this line I have told has destroyed you forever. And the history has carried you that you are a betrayer in this movement.
mgbe na-ekpe ya ikpe ajụọ ya si am a member of IPOB. Yes, no.
Yes, now he is not a member of IPOB, but he is the leader of Biafra government, the prime minister. Did he deny a prime minister? Did Simon deny being a prime minister? On that video that showcased on social media, did you not hear when he said that I am here because of fighting because of Biafra? Also, how could he accept only he's not a member? Even though that Mazi Nneka trying to, Mazi Nneka was the one direct who Minister Simon Ekpa as IPOB member, and he refused to be IPOB, a group being tagged terrorist.
A boy and a church no deny yala IPOB. Person some church chair no deny yala IPOB. Amaham na Wamadi I would a member of
He is
IPOB.
not. He
never reported with Radio Biafra. Not sure.
Yes, he did not, because they refused him to report from there when Mazi Nneka give the order. And why did Mazi Nneka give order when he saw him? Go and check the interview of Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nneka. Go and check. And go and check Mazi Nneka praises him, how he demolished the little toad, those that are claiming that they know when they were Clifford Irwin and all of them. Go and check how Simon destroyed them and what Mazi Nneka said about Simon Ekpa and Joko, which he did not say about any of member of the OS.
No, yeah, just no hijack, yeah, take advantage.
Because overtake is allowed when you know the road you take over. In a class, somebody might be taking first. When somebody feel like this is my time, the person will read more than that person and he will score more than him, he will take over. If not for Simon, you cannot talk about IPOB, because till today, Nigeria still leave IPOB on the terrorist index group of Nigeria. No, come out.
Even more tank.
Pure lie.
Somewhere now, so
the same thing you see where see na Mazi Nneka on your webplan number. Call this person when you are calling. The same lie that you told us, and we all know because we read the code. We believe in we are decoding every man that comes out from Mazi Nneka. If you don't know, yes, Mazi Nneka will not when you went there, you cannot even give explanation of government in exile by Simon Ekpa, because that is what is happening. The misinformation from all of you to Mazi Nneka becomes another problem we have. But that does not matter, because the US government, where we are, you won't believe it. You are chained. They chain me because I thought you know something. Now when you are talking, that sense of a black man that Mazi Nneka talk about, black man, and being in Nigeria is all over you.
More than 40,000 highest boss.
Do you know who Abakiyari and his men? Do you know all these men that who the IPOB and the hope that they used to destroy Ali? Is it Simon Ekpa? Is it today? Is it Simon Ekpa that brought all the checking point that I was witness since I was born in Anambra? I born and brought up, I see in Ihiala, checking point. Asia, checking point. Is that one that brought all of them? They are there, immediately Mazi Nneka declare ESN. Tell yourself truth, the bitter truth.
Cameroon and Soka case aga not. Brundami ne nukuta na jendami go show le gini neme. With thanks. Assassin Simon Ekpa launch ala one tank. I'm one tank and what do you call launch? And when village also no launch here and then mega how would their bulldozer. Chushara village. Oh ya can demand to why I can order Nigerian government they use or make all trans and when we hear name and when Baba Brundami ya claim more responsibility.
It's a pure
lie. I got one village I hog. I think we've had enough of that bullshit. Dr. Ngozi, because it will government in exile. Any directive or instruction here, and you want to know.
That is why she is the government of the people. That is why I give you shut up. That is why I give you examples of countries that a woman like you lead. They are all in exile. And there was giving those the homeland or other what to do, what not to do. You are there, son who was in exile, conduct self-referendum, proving that he is the right government of the people. Do you understand it? So today, as we are talking, Simon is not a member of IPOB terrorist group that terrorize all the southeast. Is what we want us to tell you. We are all there. I took an oath at Abbott Boys. The second one at Umuname in Ihiala. Dude, we are no longer afraid of anyone because now the world knows that Biafra is on the stage and it's being discussed everywhere. It's only on us are always going to condemn our own. Have you seen any mother from the northern side doing this shenanigan you are doing today to those that they believe that they are fighting for them for jihad? If not for Simon by now, you could not have mouth to talk. If not for Simon of recent one, if not for God Rebel's declaration, you could not even talk about IPOB. Because Simon is not among those. This declaration of Dr. Ngozi Rebeze. The real declaration that was being happened in Finland, November 29, is what clears every Biafran's name in the world as a country, no longer as a group of people that are agitating.
When you put on federal government, Buhari, hijacker, nonsense.
Shut up. Government Buhari hijack IPOB. Then ask yourself, why? Yes, thank you so much. Why did Nneka Kanu jump or was Rike? Why did Nneka Kanu jump or was Rike? Thank you so much, my brother, for that comment. Why did the Mazi Nneka Kanu jump or was Rike Masob? Umwegu, Ibiraki Izuohi, a debunk, a mega exposed, a Pierre exposed without 2 days. After 24 hours of your shenanigan. The lawyers that even though they are all colluded with IPOB because Nigeria is paying them money. Because they are loyal for Nigeria. Do you ask yourself why the Muslim can decide to defend himself? It's because of he know that they all are in Nigeria. They believe in Nigeria and they cannot do anything for him. That is why he leave those lawyers and try to defend himself.
Did you tie soccer? Pro youth.
In case we care through Akuna River State, what happened to it? Only Idria. Who made the utterances? If I ask you now, the criminal Lolo, Nneka, Chimezie. Nkawa so we care through Omaki Igbo Aku no Bibo. Because Simon about Idria. Simon on den. On the Hoku Biafra den. Simon Eba on a Kwoku Biafra then. Mbe Ekrema Jirejam Iriji. Or Simon by an IPOB attack. Why the Hemetaria? Before you find out the truth and join the movement and start leading the movement. Why did the Mazi Nneka Kanu leave IPOB, leave Masob and form IPOB? One Mugu.
Yeah, Guru. Because in the Wete Biafra. Now the Carlo, Snaya told him Wete Biafra peacefully.
If you are a pure lie, check all the videos. Mazi Nneka Kanu, the only option he chooses is to go to war with Nigeria. That is option of Mazi Nneka Kanu is after our declaration that we have chosen that we will achieve Biafra in a peaceful way because of what will help us to achieve our recognition.
And the ESN audience do each and any more here. And in a crack and no here Kahano.
Immediately Mazi Nneka Kanu is the ESN attack their terrorist. Mabonzo, evil woman.
On Adia, also happily again.
Okay, in Potrako area, Juan Potrako area, Becoli today. Nka we Potrako area, Kerebo Lidri, or Quandela ever destroy Ifro Wege Meg. Mbroge Jem Ijezo, man, because of again and the one Walapu, it's your organ and sobu. Dear friends, please like and share this program and I want this program to reach to this woman. I want to educate her, to remind her things that incident happens.
Gentle the Yahari particular.
Or couldn't use here. Or put the hopes of the money use here. Or boy, or Qualacon Cosiapota, or Simon by the barrier. Or Pope could an apple Simon Eba, Leon a meeting with Southeast governors with hope of them. Gentlemen, go down, normally Simon abandoned, Jekundes, the governors, Jekunde or Dibo, Hannah Hap, away meeting or Bonnemaro. You know, they are not gentle. They are all doing what? Even a small Simon, but his hand is clean. He's only fighting like the way Maghandi and every other leaders who fought for their people. That is what he's doing, nothing more than that.
Soludo, makani managa si chefu here. Butere sit at home. Butere.
Yes, because now that Soludo want to intimidate the people, that is why Dr. Moses has to put her voice to let people of Biafra know that this is our inalienable right. You have right on peaceful disobedience under the UN Charter, Article 1, paragraph in bracket 2. Go and read, woman. Stop making noise.
Ndami nulo no sit at home. Nandi was not by force. Now force Gandhi. Where with coca no. Ndi bo bakwa nkiti ka no na that sit at home. E we chief for here what ndami no the mepesha business centers na ba anye. Here we hand the governor say mene. When the governor say what has started the people. Ono na ekuzi asari na egbu. E we pose IPOP just to blackmail IPOP and destroy IPOP. So Dr. Ngoja, but in as much as we all appreciate one way or the other, one president of the women assembly.
You can't talk like because again once him a DOS indoors, you are a criminal. You are under political pressure. Any group that agitates for a new country without declaration, they call them what? Political pressure. That is a mere political party. That is what IPOB is in the eyes of the international global community, even in the eyes of African charters.
Money in your order. Mortar, please. Disease. You are not the president of IPOB.
He is not the president of what we are into. That is people don't know when the game has changed. We are no longer in the era of agitation and the struggle. We are in the era of diplomatic movement to get recognition for a new country. That is the era we are into. That is what we are into. Fool, criminal. The Ifrega and Wega Piper was put ego ga mau. Ifrega Piper Bunyan, Oge is blessing. If Rebbe Banyan, you have finished. Your reputation has been washed down. I was among people that owe you on high esteem. But you, I don't know, you don't even, our people cannot take time to ask of what is the meaning of government in exile. I will educate you small time.
Even a member of IPOP self. So, Otuno, and don't know Gapata, Kawarani, and Otuno.
We are not O2. We are not a group. We are a country. We are the one that represent the people of Biafra. That's what Ojukwu was declared in 1967 to 1970. We have redeclared that country back and ask, what is the meaning of redeclaration of a country? Go and ask before you matter to talk.
Because all your name, I'll take a ship, but I sign and the Calum Simon Equinish. I can join myself or Simba. Here, see, we have a platform you promote to on our hijack is a walk. You are
a criminal. If one able on Yasi. In Gig whatever Oga, no close, far where Redo because senior plot and Redo Biafra, or Nepoku. If you don't not see a platform you promote, but why are you continuous? Because you are not genuine. You know, ego joke now from both sides of your mouth. That's what we are doing, woman.
Radi can wait to leave with it again. Because on your black, no, here now. To say at the Yaro, Dr. Ngozi or Abez and Nakasiana. I am not their government in exile. You actually want an exile, Hano.
Why?
Other young members, you're the exile, Hano.
Whether the government in
exile. They don't remember Sahaneba, had that broke one exile. That's what I directive. Ndine Mero will have protest peacefully on the main market.
The protest must continue.
How do your member in exile?
We are, that's why you're a fool. In the 40 state of Biafra, the Makwane have how to get a new country, woman. We have proven that there is a 40 state of Biafra. Omambla, that particular place is Omambla. They are one of the states in that 40 states. And every part of Anambra, every part of Southeast, every part of our people in the homeland must join the protest. Let all the United States, let every big market hold on. This is how we come together to fight these criminals, these monsters. This is how we come together to fight them. This is how we come together to do what? To fight these criminals. Because what now that is happening in Onitsha, if they conquer Onitsha, then in Owerri, the governor of Owerri will use it to conquer the people also. But if all of them come out as government and stand in solidarity and they continue and showcasing, so it's also part of what they call it when a new country is being declared, that there is a protest of pressure. That is what is happening now. And the people that do the protest did not condemn Ngozi Oronbeze. Why you? People that are doing the protests never condemn her, never talk against her, and they did not say that because Ngozi Oronbeze has put out that we are no longer doing the protests again. Why are you deceiving yourself? Because of the IPOB give you money. Because IPOB give you money. Because DOS has give you money. The organization called IPOB.
Don't stop. Because most of you don't on a mere announcement to one. I had the federal government for one.
Did you hear Ngozi Oronbeze make an announcement on behalf of IPOB? We are the government of the indigenous people. We have moved away from the organization of being registered. We have moved away from the organization of Bridge, registered by Simon Ekpa. Obat Mazi Nnamdi Kanu registered IPOB. Simon Ekpa registered Bridge government in Exile. Wamugu. Criminal woman.
In charge. God, I negotiation. God, there be one ego. That is this relevance.
That is why Simon Ekpa, Nigeria has tried, even Ngozi Oronbeze, and they refuse. It's only this your IPOB, Kachina Sanwo-Olu. Imagine after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu arrest, na happen with governors. Can the governor now go for Kende Birego then? Kende Birego. Oh, gina ndi gina hana na ha ka ebiri ego. Ngina ndi represent ka ebinyere ego.
Relevance card order the can na control. I pop no so
no. The USB are in control.
On
what
you cannot because I am the consequences of
what is the achievement of the IPOB in the
for what reason exactly? If not for selfishness.
Because you are selfish.
And I'm ignorance. And I have a member market. I'll have to get the member market. How decide and the member market and put it decide the other and put it
IPOB.
One another day. I'm another place.
The question is
in your hands.
the Soludo on your order. So to counter the order of Soludo, shut up. Your own sons are they doing the protest? Let me start with you. Your own sons and daughter, are they doing the protest? If I may ask you. I also ask you, so who is giving order? His own children, are they in that protest? Are they in the homeland? If I may ask you. This is how all of you are criminals. We are warning you to be careful. We are warning you that you have bring yourself out. Then you are bring yourself to being destroyed, and you have come to destroy yourself at this junction. Once you join IPOB, you have finished, woman. Now, let me use my time to educate you the meaning of government in exile. How the world will see it with the international global community. Now, listen, we are what? United States of Biafra. The name we was using Biafra Republic Government in Exile. That is the name we use to make what declaration. Hear it here, woman. Let me educate you small.
When a group like the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE, declares a new state without immediate international recognition,
they declare what? A new state. They declare what? A new state.
It falls into a unique and often difficult category of international law and political science.
Are you hearing it?
Here is a breakdown of what that status actually means in practice. 1. The definition of a government in exile.
Listen.
A government in exile is a political group that claims to be a country's legitimate government, but is unable to exercise its legal power because it resides in a foreign country. Historically, these are usually formed during wartime, like European governments in London during World War II, or following a coup. However, in the case of the United States of Biafra USB, it is a group seeking to create a new state from an existing one, while operating outside the physical territory they claim. 2. The lack of international recognition. In international law, there are two main theories on what makes a country. Declarative theory. If you have a
Do you hear that word? Declare. You will declare it first. You will declare it first.
defined territory, a population and a government, you are a state regardless of what others say.
Are you hearing it, madam? If you have defined territory, we have 40 states. Omambla, that's my market fall into Omambla state. And it's into the 40 states of the United States of Biafra. That is where he falls. The population of the citizens of that new country is what? They are the one that is doing the protest. That is why the government must give instruction on what to do.
Constitutive theory. You are only a state if other established states recognize you as one.
And I want you to listen to here. Hear this. If you have a defined territory, a population, and the government, you are a state, regardless of what others like you are saying. This is what clears everybody from that terrorist that Nigeria attacked IPOB.
Without recognition, a declared country like the USB faces several practical hurdles. No UN seat. They cannot join international bodies or vote on global issues. No diplomatic immunity. Their leaders are treated as private citizens by foreign governments, not as heads of state. Economic barriers. They cannot officially trade using their own currency, issue recognized passports, or sign bilateral treaties. 3. Why declarations are made anyway? If a government lacks recognition and physical control, why make the declaration? Usually it serves 3 strategic purposes. Legitimacy building. It provides a formal structure for followers to rally around. It moves the movement from a protest group to a government in the eyes of its supporters. International lobbying. It creates a legal entity that can petition the UN or foreign parliaments for intervention or future recognition. Maintaining continuity. It signals to the world that the claim to the land is active and has not been abandoned. Current status versus reality. While Dr. Ngozi Orubueze and the BRGIE declared the USB on November 29, 2024, the territory remains under the administrative and military control of the Nigerian government. In the eyes of the global community, the UN, AU and US, the region is still legally part of Nigeria. Until a major power or international body formally recognizes the declaration, the USB exists as a de jure claim, by right/law according to the group, rather than a de facto reality, by fact/practice. Would you like me to look up the specific legal criteria the UN uses to evaluate new statehood applications?
Nneka, Lolo, Nneka, Chimezie, listen. Because that is why we are taking our time to educate our people, for them to know where we are at this stage that we are into. Listen to the meaning of government in exile. Listen.
When a group like the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE, declares a new state without immediate international recognition, it falls into a unique and often difficult category of international law and political science.
Do you hear that declaration falls into international laws? That declaration falls what? They said, listen, it falls on unique and often difficult category of international law and political what? Political new state. What they declare, they said, when a group like the Biafra government in exile, BRGIE, declares a new state, we are not IPOB organization. By that word, we all of us are what? The indigenous people. That is only the word we are using. We are not using registered in. Why did Nneka register IPOB in London? Shall I ask you? Why did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu move out from Wazirike? Let me ask you. Now that you're propagating IPOB, why did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu move away from Masob, registered IPOB? The same way Simon Ekpa moved away from the IPOB, registered bureau government in exile. That is why he registered what? A government in exile. The same way he registered it in America, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu registered IPOB in UK. Is it not true? The same exile. Do you register in Nigeria? The IPOB is a body in exile also. IPOB is a body being registered organization being registered in where? In UK. Wamugu. Your envy, your hatred, your jealousness cannot stop anything.
Here is a breakdown of what that status actually means in practice. 1. The
Listen.
definition of a government in exile. A government in exile is a political group that claims to be a country's legitimate government, but is unable to exercise its legal power because it resides in a foreign country.
Are you hearing it? A government in exile is a political group that claims to be a country legitimacy. When that is when we have never declared it. This is how the world will see it. They see us as what? As a political group. IPOB is a male political group without declaration. Wabonzo, envy and jealous and negativity and the stupid mentality of Africa, moreover Nigeria, is what is destroying you. And you are swallowing and dancing in your ignorance. It's not an excuse in the eyes of the law. Now, has what's already happened before and from when? Go and check the history of after in the middle of Second World War II. What happened? A government in exile emerged. A government in exile did not see Simon Ekpa or Ngozi Okonjo to emerge. And after our declaration, we have proven what they want us to prove. What is that? Listen, Wamugu.
Historically, these are usually formed during wartime, like European governments in London during World War II, or following a coup. However, in the case of the United States of Biafra USB, it is a group seeking to create a new state from an existing one, while operating outside the physical territory they claim.
Did you hear it? This is the international law. This is international history. This is how they see us. Not that nonsense you are talking. That's not that ideology or mentality of you and IPOB that is on the ground. What has IPOB achieved? One thing, can you? Till today, IPOB remains in Nigeria, a terrorist group. Is it not true? Simon Ekpa, is he among them when there was being declared terrorist group? Simon was one Nigeria. When Owazuki was doing his own, Simon Nneka was busy in London campaigning of how Nigeria is going to be a best country. The same thing that when Nneka forms IPOB, Simon Ekpa was a Nigeria. That is why when you are IPOB tag, is this Simon that attacked Ike Ekweremadu in Germany? It's not your the IPOB you are presenting today. It's not this IPOB that you are preaching was one who attacked Ike Ekweremadu, and Simon defended Ike Ekweremadu. A criminal, because of you cannot make that money. You think you cannot condemn our people. You cannot do what is in your mind, and because you have planned a way to make our people. Yes, there is a number. You will contact this number of this social person. You condemn the lawyers. Imagine you want to become lawyer.
2. The lack of international recognition. In international law, there are two main theories on what makes a country.
Listen to what makes a country. That when it involves government in exile, listen, we declare the country, not a group, not organization. You hardly want the name to change here. In the case of the United States of Biafra, a country, that is what we declared.
Declarative theory. If you have a defined territory, a population and a government, you are a state regardless of what others say. Constitutive theory.
Are you hearing it? If you have a defined territory, we have 40 states. That is defined territory. Go and check Montevideo Convention of 1933. Go and read about Geneva Convention. Go and check about Vienna Convention. These are the way you need to go and research about what Dr. Muhammad did, and you know the level. It's a woman like you. See the way she carries herself, and she obviously says she's entering, and you are here making noise in social media. You are here making mockery of yourself. If you have a defined territory, the 40 states, a population, and a government, you are a state, regardless of what others says. Whether you like it or not, we have declared it. The international community said that we are what? A state, a country.
You are only a state if other established states recognize you as one. Without recognition, a declared country like the USB faces several practical hurdles. No UN seat. They cannot join international bodies or vote on global issues. No diplomatic immunity. Their leaders are treated as private citizens by foreign governments, not as heads.
Please, my people, because of my time, I have to run now, but I will allow it to be playing, and I will repeating it. So please, cut these areas, send to that evil woman.
Of state. Economic barriers. They cannot officially trade using their own currency, issue recognized passports, or sign bilateral treaties. 3. Why declarations are made anyway. If a government lacks recognition and physical control, why make the declaration? Usually it serves 3 strategic purposes. Legitimacy building. It provides a formal structure for followers to rally around. It moves the movement from a protest group to a government in the eyes of its supporters. International lobbying. It creates a legal entity that can petition the UN or foreign parliaments for intervention or future recognition. Maintaining continuity. It signals to the world that the claim to the land is active and has not been abandoned. Current status versus reality. While Dr. Ngozi Orubueze and the BRGIE declared the USB on November 29, 2024, the territory remains under the administrative and military control of the Nigerian government. In the eyes of the global community, the UN, AU and US, the region is still legally part of Nigeria. Until a major power or international body formally recognizes the declaration, the USB exists as a de jure claim, by right/law according to the group, rather than a de facto reality, by fact/practice. Would you like me to look up the specific legal criteria the UN uses to evaluate new statehood applications?
Please cut these areas.
When a
and
group
send
like the
to
Biafra Republic
this
Government in
woman.
Exile, BRGIE, declares a new state without immediate international recognition, it falls into a unique and often difficult category of international law and political science. Here is a breakdown of what that status actually means in practice. 1. The definition of a government in exile. A government in exile is a political group that claims to be a country's legitimate government, but is unable to exercise its legal power because it resides in a foreign country. Historically, these are usually formed during wartime, like European governments in London during World War II, or following a coup. However, in the case of the United States of Biafra USB, it is a group seeking to create a new state from an existing one, while operating outside the physical territory they claim. 2. The lack of international recognition. In international law, there are 2 main theories on what makes a country. Declarative theory. If you have a defined territory, a population and a government, you are a state regardless of what others say. Constitutive theory. You are only a state if other established states recognize you as one. Without recognition, a declared country like the USB faces several practical hurdles. No UN seat. They cannot join international bodies or vote on global issues. No diplomatic immunity. Their leaders are treated as private citizens by foreign governments, not as heads of state. Economic barriers. They cannot officially trade using their own currency, issue recognized passports, or sign bilateral treaties. 3. Why declarations are made anyway. If a government lacks recognition and physical control, why make the declaration? Usually it serves 3 strategic purposes. Legitimacy building. It provides a formal structure for followers to rally around. It moves the movement from a protest group to a government in the eyes of its supporters. International lobbying. It creates a legal entity that can petition the UN or foreign parliaments for intervention or future recognition. Maintaining continuity. It signals to the world that the claim to the land is active and has not been abandoned. Current status versus reality. While Dr. Ngozi Orubueze and the BRGIE declared the USB on November 29, 2024, the territory remains under the administrative and military control of the Nigerian government. In the eyes of the global community, the UN, AU and US, the region is still legally part of Nigeria. Until a major power or international body formally recognizes the declaration, the USB exists as a de jure claim, by right/law according to the group, rather than a de facto reality, by fact/practice. Would you like me to look up the specific legal criteria the UN uses to evaluate new statehood applications?
Yes, my people, we are ending it here for now until we come back in the evening time when we have our full time to do more justice to this, please. So hold on until in the evening time. Please like and share this program. Cause those areas of this particular of this particular audio of this law that guides a new country, what it means to have a new country, please call this area, send this woman for she to know what it means to have a new country. So from here, it is a wonderful day, wonderful morning. Bye for now to you all. Thank you so much.